The seed of transformation. Positivity isn't just a fleeting emotion, it's a choice, a mindset, a way of life. When we talk about positivity, we're not referring to a blind ignorance of life's challenges or hardships. Instead, we are talking about the decision to face every moment with hope, to view setbacks as setups, and to believe that something good can come even from the darkest days. Every great transformation starts with a small seed, a thought, a decision, a shift in perspective. The power of positivity lies in its ability to take that seed and grow it into a tree of resilience, confidence, and purpose. Life is not about avoiding storms, but about learning how to dance in the rain. And positivity is the music that helps you move, even when the world seems off-key. Look around you. Every successful person, every inspiring leader, every resilient soul who has come through adversity, they all have something in common. Not just talent, not just luck, but an unwavering belief that things can get better, that even failure has a purpose, that progress is always possible. This belief is the essence of positivity, and it's available to all of us. You see, our minds are powerful. The thoughts we entertain, the beliefs we hold, and the stories we tell ourselves shape our reality. If you constantly tell yourself you can't, you won't. If you repeat that you're not enough, you'll never feel worthy. But the moment you begin to replace those thoughts with affirmations of hope, strength, and belief, something shifts. The world starts to respond differently, not because the world has changed, but because you have. Think of positivity as the sun to your internal garden. Without it, doubt, fear, and negativity grow like weeds. But when positivity shines, growth becomes inevitable. Ideas flourish, confidence takes root, joy begins to blossom even in places that once felt barren. The power of positivity doesn't erase hardship, but it gives you the strength to rise through it. It's a misconception that some people are just naturally positive while others are not. Positivity is not an inherited trait. It's a practice skill. It's a decision you make every morning when you open your eyes. Will you focus on what's missing, or will you focus on what's possible? Will you dwell on yesterday's pain, or will you plant hope for tomorrow? Life will test you. People will misunderstand you. Plans will fall apart. But when your inner world is rooted in positivity, you become unshakable. You see every problem as a puzzle, every failure as a lesson, every delay as divine timing. So if you've been carrying around negativity, self-doubt, or a sense of helplessness, know this. You are one thought away from a new beginning. One moment of courage, one act of gratitude, one decision to believe in better. That's all it takes to start changing your story. Choose positivity, not because life is perfect, but because you are powerful enough to grow through anything. Rewiring the mindset. Positivity is not passive. It's not just smiling for the sake of appearance, or pretending everything is fine when it's not. True positivity is an active, intentional effort to reshape how we perceive the world. It's the courageous choice to see opportunity where others see obstacles. It's the discipline of rewiring the mind thought by thought, belief by belief. Our brains are like software, programmed over time by our experiences, environment, and internal dialogue. The problem is, most of that programming isn't deliberate. From an early age, we absorb doubts, fears, and limitations, sometimes from the people closest to us. But here's the truth. You are not bound by the script you were given. You can rewrite it. You can redesign your mental landscape. That process begins by becoming aware of your self-talk. What do you say to yourself in moments of stress? How do you speak about your goals, your future, your worth? Most people don't realize that the most consistent voice in their life is their own. And if that voice isn't encouraging, empowering, and rooted in possibility, then the path ahead will always feel heavier than it needs to be. Positivity trains you to see patterns others miss. It helps you spot solutions in chaos, see lessons in failure, and recognize blessings in disguise. When you approach life with a positive mindset, you're not denying reality. You're choosing to interpret it in a way that fuels growth, rather than defeat. That's not delusion. That's wisdom. Even science backs this up. Studies in neuroscience show that when we practice positive thinking, our brain builds new neural pathways. These pathways become stronger with repetition, meaning the more you practice positivity, the more automatic it becomes. Over time, positivity rewires your mind to default to hope instead of fear, gratitude instead of bitterness, and progress instead of paralysis. But positivity does more than transform. you internally it impacts the people around you. Energy is contagious. When you walk into a room with a hopeful heart, when you speak life into broken situations, when you lift others with your words and your energy, you become a light. People may not always remember your exact words, but they will always remember how you made them feel. If you make them feel inspired, empowered, and seen, they'll remember your presence. That's the invisible ripple effect of positivity. It doesn't just change your path, it lights the way for others. It's also important to remember that positivity isn't about being happy all the time. It's not about forcing a smile when your heart is heavy. It's about embracing your emotions honestly while still choosing hope. It's crying when you need to cry, and still believing tomorrow can be better. It's acknowledging pain, but refusing to let it define you. You are not a prisoner of your past. You are a sculptor of your future, and positivity is the chisel in your hand.
Creating a life of purpose and possibility. Positivity is more than just a mindset, it's a lifestyle. A foundation upon which you build your dreams. It's the engine that drives persistence, the compass that keeps you aligned with your values, and the quiet strength that allows you to rise every time life tries to push you down. Once you fully embrace positivity, you begin to live with greater clarity, deeper purpose, and a belief that the best is always yet to come. But make no mistake, this path requires strength. Choosing positivity in a world that often thrives on negativity is not easy. It's easy to complain, to compare, to blame. It's easy to follow the crowd, to give in to fear, or to give up when things get hard. But easy doesn't lead to greatness. Easy never built a meaningful life. You must decide, will you let the noise of the world drown your inner voice? Or will you stand firm in your belief that your life can be extraordinary? Will you echo the doubt of others? Or will you speak words of vision and hope, even when no one else sees it? That's what positivity demands, courage. The truth is, the world doesn't need more critics. It needs more creators, more builders, more dreamers. People who rise above negativity and become a source of light. People who walk into dark places and don't absorb the darkness, but instead illuminate it. That can be you. When you live with positivity, you begin to lead not just others, but yourself. You take ownership of your decisions, your direction, and your destiny. You stop waiting for someone to rescue you and realize you've had the power all along. Power to change. Power to grow. Power to shape a new reality, even if it starts with a single step. One of the greatest gifts of positivity is resilience. Life will test you. You will fall. You will be disappointed. People will let you down. But with a positive spirit, you get back up stronger. You see every failure not as final, but as feedback. You learn. You adapt. You rise again, smarter, braver, and more determined. And as you rise, you begin to inspire. You become an example of what's possible when someone refuses to quit. When someone chooses faith over fear. When someone speaks life into themselves and others, day after day. Even when it's hard. That's how movements begin. Not with noise, but with quiet courage. Not with perfection, but with persistence. Not with extraordinary people, but with ordinary people who make an extraordinary choice to believe. Positivity is a force, a fuel, a foundation. When you choose it consistently, it changes the way you see yourself, the way you face challenges, and the way you walk through life. It doesn't promise you an easy road, but it promises you a powerful one. One filled with growth, meaning, connection, and joy. Because in the end, the most powerful force on earth is not circumstance, talent, or luck. It is the unwavering belief that something good is always possible and that belief starts with you.